My name is Daniel Perry. I'm 17 years old. I've been playing for about 6 or 7 years, and I'm a 10-16 rated Innova sponsored athlete. We got the brand new Innova FOX here, and we're gonna test them out. My first impressions are, feels very similar to a Rollo with just like a slightly more blunted nose. A little bit domey. Rollos are mostly flat, so this should be very, very glidey and pretty flippy, so should be very workable at lower speeds. This disc would probably be really good for like an MA2 player. They should be able to throw some like really good turnovers with this, put on a little hyzer, have it stand up and just tail off to the right. It'll probably make shot shaping really easy for them. I would use this for like scramble shots in the woods, whether that be sidearm or backhand, just putting it hard on a tons of hyzer, and it'll flip up and just tail off to the right for a long time. And beginners should be able to use this to throw like dead straight tunnel shots or little hyzer flips and turnovers. Should fly for a beginner, kind of like how a Mako 3 will fly for a pro. Got a fresh batch of these that just got made. We're gonna take them out in the field and see how they fly. All right, so you got my first throws with the FOX here. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. Gonna try and throw a little hyzer flip with a late turn. Okay, so they're a lot straighter than I expected. So that's a very pleasant surprise. I'm gonna hit this one a little flatter right at the basket. Holds the hyzer flip super well, and then just a little soft fade at the end. Those were flying a lot further, a lot glider than I expected, so we might need to back up. Oh my goodness, it flies so good. They're so shapeable. I'm loving how that's flying on a hyzer flip, just slowly pushing the whole way. Super easy distance. I'm gonna do that one more time. We're just gonna throw a couple just dead straight right at it on a decent bit of hyzer and just kind of let it flip up and show how straight they can fly. Just flipping and gliding. And goodness gracious, they just keep going so far. I'm not even throwing them that hard. Okay, we're gonna throw this one a little bit lower right at it and try to see if we can get it to not go past the basket. Super nice flight, super straight little fade in. Ooh. All right. I really like how those fly. They just glide for days. I mean, they feel super good and they're flying so far. I was not throwing those very far. We're maybe 320, 330-ish away from the basket, and I'm ready to put anything behind it, and those are just cruising past it, so flying super far, tons of control. Yeah, so the FOX has a glide of 6, and almost like it should be rated 7. I've never really seen a disc glide like that, so super fun to be able to try these out. Okay, we're gonna try some rollers with the FOX now. They flew really well in the air. I'm excited to see how these fly or roll on the ground. Try and get this one a little more vertical, see if we can get it to move right. Okay, really like how that one looks, so they can miss the bench, under the bench. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so those are rolling super, super far. They're just holding cut for so long. All right, so I'm gonna throw another roller here. Rollers are really hard to learn how to do, so my biggest tip would just be to, like, someone told me this, is to like reach low and then make sure you're following through low. So that helps get the disc kind of pulled down on anhyzer. So I'm really gonna think about that when I'm throwing this next one here. So that helps pull the disc around and down on that anhyzer angle, and then allows it to stand up. I'll allow that one. And that's how you throw a roller with the FOX. Okay, we got another setup with the FOX here. We're gonna hit some nice little hyzer flips down the middle. We also got enough room to get some nice little turnovers in. So flying super, super good. Yeah, really liking how these are flying dead straight. Like if you're trying to hit a tunnel shot on a woods course, this is gonna be super good for that. And there's a difference between flying straight, that might be in actually. Oh, okay, got a little bit of change there. There's a difference between flying straight and finishing straight, and I think this disc does a really good job of kind of keeping that straight finish. Or even tailing off to the right a little bit, because that can be super hard to get as well. So now we've thrown a few tunnel shots. Gonna try a couple wider turnovers, really show how this will kind of bend around a corner. So sometimes in a course, you have a situation where you don't have the room to fit a pure anhyzer. You need to keep it like straight down the tunnel, where you need to throw it flat and then have the disc slowly tail off to the right at the end. And this disc is really good at that, so I'm gonna try and showcase that now. So flat, and then it'll just slowly pan all the way back. So that can be super, super helpful on the course. Okay, got a nice little downhill shot set up here for the Fox. Low ceiling, bad footing, just kind of want to show that flippy or glidier discs are really good at these because you don't have to get as much of a run up, so they're gonna get that distance and control without you having to put as much behind the disc. So just gonna kind of throw this one right at it. Flip up and push in, maybe. Ooh. All right, gonna throw a little bit of a kind of a wider hyzer here, kind of take these branches out of play. So flipping and pushing left. And oh yeah, loving that right now. And we're gonna try and kind of throw this one almost a little bit left of the basket and try and kind of get it to turn in just a little bit. Holding. All right, now I'm gonna try a couple sidearms. Another thing that these are really good for is when you have bad footing like we do right here on a slope, just being able to sidearm, super glide, you just pop it out there. You can throw sidearms well on horrible footing, so I'm gonna kind of do that now. A little bit of hyzer, kind of let it stand up. Yeah, so just a little tip for anyone trying to throw sidearms with flippier discs. It is a lot harder than throwing overstable stuff. Just kind of slowing everything down, trying to hit it on a nice amount of hyzer so you can let the disc flip up as it goes instead of like forcing it over on the ante. Just let the disc do the work for you. Don't, especially a disc like this, it's gonna make it so effortless. You don't need to force it to do anything. So nice and soft, just kind of flies over and that in maybe. Ooh, that's an easy birdie right there. All right, so my expectations for this disc is that it was gonna be very flippy and pretty workable, but I thought I was gonna struggle a little bit. But after throwing it, I was so surprised this disc was not as flippy as I thought. It was so workable. I was throwing some crazy hyzer flips where it was just holding hyzer the whole time. I was throwing some super crazy late flip turns and then just some super buttery dead straight shots. This will probably honestly go in my bag as a roller disc. I was really liking how I just put on a roller and it was just holding a cut for so long and then barely going off to the right. Super straight rollers going really far. And me from 3 years ago, like, I would have loved to use this disc for late flip turnovers. It's such a hard shot to get. And even then, I probably still will be using this in the woods for air shots. I'm going up to Crestline next weekend, tons of late turnovers up there. So we'll probably be bringing one of these up there just because it's so nice to shape through tunnels. And then beginners, you know, when everyone's starting out, everything just goes left every time. And to have a disc for beginners that's gonna go straight and even tail off to the right, it's gonna be so helpful. Yeah, so this disc gets some effortless distance, especially on hyzer flips. When you kind of have that like tunnel that's slowly bending off to the left, it's not like a hard left turn, but it's not straight either. You just need to put it on hyzer and it's gonna be kind of flipping up and pushing through the gap as it moves left. This disc is super good in it, and this disc was flying so much further than I was expecting. I was throwing this soft from about 320 feet away, thought I was throwing it good, was just effortlessly gliding over the top of the basket, and I wasn't really throwing it that hard, so really pleasantly surprised at how far this disc was gliding. We'll definitely be putting a new Fox in the bag. This one's star, really excited to see what other plastics Innova has to offer, so make sure to go get yourself a Fox.